things. When you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man.
Bothering me is that being a celebrity sometimes comes with, like, everybody wants to be successful in a celebrity and stuff like that, but it comes with, you know, bullshit sometimes, and you know, that's the only thing that I hate about it.
Bryshere Gray.
Why Bryshere Gray is finally breaking his silence about why his friendship with Terrence Howard collapsed the moment Empire went off the air. According to the story, Terrence already knew what Diddy allegedly wanted from Bryshere because they approached him first. He reportedly made it clear that he was never interested in that. But instead of warning Bryshere about what he was allegedly walking into, Terrence stayed silent and watched while that young man was completely broken. The craziest part is that Terrence is always saying he never fears standing up to the Hollywood machine. Yet when it was time to protect someone he proudly called his younger brother, he backed away
and ran.
I'm watching him, you know, he's with my man Charlie Mack. So Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo. So Charlie has been with me, you know, 30 years coming up in the business. So, you know, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love, and all he has to do is add discipline, and he gonna be all right.
Girl,
it's unbelievable how badly everyone let Bryshere Gray down. From his money-hungry mother to the morally bankrupt role models and even the people he truly believed were his closest friends. When it comes to Diddy's alleged behavior toward men, both young and old, those accusations have circulated for years. But what nobody expected was for Terrence Howard to reveal his own story as well. He has repeatedly made it clear that he was never interested in that lifestyle. Despite all the pressure he faced while trying to build a career in Hollywood, Terrence says he refused to compromise himself. Then he stunned everyone by claiming Diddy allegedly tried to make a move on him. According to Terrence, Diddy called asking for acting coaching for an upcoming role. At first, Terrence believed the request was completely professional, but once he allegedly realized there was another motive behind it, he rejected the offer without hesitation. He immediately cut off all communication with Diddy and kept every future interaction at industry events as brief and distant as possible.
Me, for weeks asking me to come and teach him how to, you know, he wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, you know, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication.
Even though Terrence Howard may have stepped away from the spotlight, plenty of people still remember how good-looking he was during his Hollywood prime. According to his account, other producers allegedly approached him with offers, expecting him to compromise himself in exchange for movie roles. But he says he refused every single time because keeping his dignity mattered more than chasing fame or money. But the drama did not stop there, because the conversation suddenly turned to Bryshere Gray, who played Terrence's son on Empire. That's when Terrence appeared to throw shade at him, claiming Bryshere was a tragic example of what allegedly happens when Diddy takes away a man's
their manhood.
What he had to do in order to get to where he was at. There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head.
But Bryshere has been
to tell his side of the story, and he clearly is not about to let Terrence Howard drag his name without a response. According to these claims, Bryshere was introduced to Diddy at a very young and impressionable age, and several people allegedly helped make that happen. His former manager, Charlie Mack, was reportedly working alongside his mother, Andrea, to connect him with Diddy and Will Smith. The story claims Bryshere was only 17 when he was discovered, and that his family allegedly supported the situation because they believed fame and money would follow. If true, that would have destroyed the very support system he needed most. Even if Bryshere tried to resist, The narrative says it would have been easy to paint him as difficult or unstable. But according to these allegations, it was not only his mother and manager who failed him, because Terrence's name is often included as well. When they first met, Terrence presented himself as someone young Bryshere could trust. He took him under his wing, shared acting advice, became a mentor, and often warned him about the darker pressures that can come with talent, ambition, and chasing success in the entertainment industry.
This is the thing with Terrence. He doesn't know how to get out of character when we work. So sometimes I go crazy because I'm talking to Lucius, you know, so I may be like getting into to the scene even more than I'm hearing Terrence talk to me as Lucius, and I'm like,
According to the story, after Bryshere Gray was introduced to Diddy and Will Smith, Terrence Howard did not just hear rumors about what was happening. He allegedly witnessed the changes firsthand. The claims became even more dramatic when brother Bill, a former friend of Will Smith, alleged that Bryshere would often arrive on set appearing heavily impaired and had become incredibly difficult to work with. He reportedly lashed out at almost everyone around him because he believed they were all complicit in everything that had
happened to him.
I'm in Chicago. This guy's acting erratic. Like, I mean, crazy. He's getting stopped by the cops. There's male prostitutes involved. There's mental illness involved. There's drug use involved. And I'm really trying to see what happened to this guy. And one day he said, you know what happened. You know that Will R-worded me, or however y'all kind of say it on YouTube. You know that Diddy sexually assaulted me, and you know Charlie Mack made me suck his private part, right? And I'm like, whoa, this was a full admittance.
According to the story, Terrence Howard noticed just how defeated and broken Bryshere Gray seemed after everything he had allegedly been through. But instead of standing beside him the way he once had, Terrence reportedly began creating distance between them. It is claimed they only spoke while on the Empire set, and whenever Bryshere reached out for guidance or support, Terrence was nowhere to be found. The narrative suggests Terrence understood how deeply Bryshere was struggling, yet also believed that publicly standing beside him could have cost him his place in the entertainment industry. The story further claims Diddy was considered one of the industry's most powerful gatekeepers, allegedly backed by Clive Davis, and that Terrence feared openly opposing him after rejecting his alleged advances would have brought serious professional consequences. According to the story, Terrence Howard chose to protect himself by staying silent, while Bryshere Gray allegedly slipped further into despair and became a shadow of the person he once was. After Empire ended, Bryshere's life reportedly took a difficult turn. He faced multiple legal troubles, including an arrest on domestic violence and assault charges, and later received a jail sentence and probation after pleading guilty to aggravated assault. He also launched an OnlyFans account, and many online users reacted strongly to the content on his social media. More recently, however, Bryshere appears to be working toward a fresh start. His X account is now private, although his OnlyFans link remains available, and his Instagram posts show him making music again and performing at nightclubs in Kenya. According to the narrative, he has also kept his distance from Terrence Howard and everyone he believes failed him during his time on Empire. Unsurprisingly, the internet has plenty to say. Many people point out that celebrities like Justin Bieber receive endless public sympathy during difficult times, while Bryshere rarely gets the same compassion. They say he was once a gifted young star and hope he finds peace and healing. So what's your take on this story? Share your thoughts below, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you in the next one.